right, good afternoon. This is Nithin Ramachandra from the Nithin Sports Show. Back to double episodes today. First, I had former MLB pitcher and our friend Dan Winkler on the show today. So that episode is it's getting released soon. But today I have another special guest. But I hope everyone is having a great Monday. I hope everyone had a great weekend, and we're getting close to the Christmas holidays. It's that time of the year, December, with all the college football playoffs getting all set for the playoffs, and also NFL. We're getting to the nitty and gritty of the NFL season. But today I have a really special guest. He does a lot of work with the NFL and also college football and high school sports. He does everything. He is the CEO of Nation Best National NIL. He is the chief executive officer, also co-founder of that company. He does a lot of stuff with NIL, with the athletes, and I'm excited to have him on. I actually had the opportunity to meet him in person thanks to Lee Steinberg, our good friend and my mentor. He is one of the best agents in the business. So shout out to Lee Steinberg. Robert Smith does a lot of work with him. And I had the opportunity to meet him in Super Bowl week at the Super Bowl party at New Orleans with Lee Steinberg. And also he does a lot of great work of putting everything together when it comes to NIL and his company. And it's called NIL Dream Team. And I'm excited to have him on. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the family. And always great seeing my guy, Robert Smith. And Robert, thank you for joining the show. How have you been? And I can't wait to discuss how you got started with this program.
Well, thank you, Nithin. It's great to be with you today, and appreciate all the kind words. And it's really an honor to be on your show, and excited to chop it up with you today.
Yeah, by the way, I like your background. That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, we're here in Oceanside, California,
Yeah.
and I think it's going to be around 80 today, and that's good. We're grateful.
Yeah, so as I mentioned Lee Steinberg just now, one of my mentors, and also you work a great friend of yours too. So I want to start there before we get to all the NIL stuff. But talk about how did you get started in the sports industry, and how did that relationship develop with Lee Steinberg over the years?
Well, thank you. Yeah, Lee's a good friend and a colleague. Known him for Knew of him before I met him. I met him in '94, but been able to work with him for the last 30 years. And great guy, good legend. Yeah, I was with an NFL company in the '90s, and I went to one of Lee's Super Bowl parties in '94
Yeah.
and had a chance to meet him, and we've been colleagues ever since.
Wow. And for you to talk about for you to be part of his campaign and help him out. And obviously, I was part of the 38th annual Super Bowl this year in New Orleans. And let's talk about what he's been doing as an agent, obviously, and then focusing on the bigger picture. He's on a mission of his own with this company, and just talk about what's like been for you to be part of every Super Bowl party ever since with Lee Steinberg.
Well, he's really doing some amazing things at the moment. He just released the cover of his new book, The Comeback, which
Yeah.
will be distributed in March, and they're doing pre-orders now. Talks about his journey the last 20 years. Remarkable where he was and where he is today. Of course, he has his sports agency that is still thriving. But he's also been doing a lot of keynotes the last few years. And he also, as you remember, at the Super Bowl in New Orleans, launched his concussion foundation for research and a lot of good things with brain health. So is very busy. And of course, he's on a lot of programs every day, giving his wisdom and advice and his outlook on things like NIL and the football season and other breaking news. So, yeah, he's a remarkable man, and it's really an honor to be able to work with him.
Yeah, but we want to know, how did Robert Smith get into? How did he get into the sports? How did he start working in the sports industry, like getting involved with sports? When did that start for you?
Boy, great question. I graduated from Longwood College in Virginia
Mhm.
in the late 80s. And I took a job with a publication in Richmond, Virginia called Tough Stuff,
Mhm.
which, if anyone's a collector of trading cards, it was the big price guide along with Beckett, covering all, sports and, of course, current cards and vintage. And from there, got a job with an NFL company in the early 90s as well, and had a chance to work with licensing and also sponsorship and NFL properties. And then, of course, work with the NFLPA. And I became a accredited media member in 94. And I just love it. Have an opportunity. I've been to 14 Super Bowls so far, and kind of was the inspiration to launch the company I founded in 2009, Nation's Best Football, which is one of our nation's best IPs.
Wow. Yep. And we'll get to that too. But for you, talk about what was it like being involved in the sports back in the 80s and a lot of history, and now everything has changed since then. But just talk about what was like back in the day in the 80s and the sports evolving over the years.
Well, boy, that's a great question, and I feel really lucky that I've had a chance to experience that journey and growth since the '80s, because obviously things weren't digital that much back then, or yeah, AI was something in a Stanley Clark novel, nothing that was in reality. So it's been wonderful to see all the improvements, development, and everything else in media. Um, I know one of my first clients was the Sports Network, which is out of Philadelphia, and they would provide real time scores for sports books around the world, and also all the national media companies for their sports pages. And they also did handicapping, and they literally had 2 floors with about 200 TVs and employees watching games from all over the world so they could provide that real time data. Of course, it's not necessary today, but it's amazing to see how far it's come.
And also, like you said earlier, you joined tough trading cards. But now, now in this and now over the years, all the kids you see all the kids and all even grown ups get involved in trading cards and go get involved with this card shows um, and going to big like Fanatics Fest or big car shows. So talk
Mhm.
about that overall and what excites you about the future of the trading cars business.
Boy, that's a great question. Well, in the '90s when I was with Tough Stuff, everything was, you got your cards at the local card shop,
Yeah.
or maybe a major retailer. Of course, now you can go online and be in auctions, make purchases, sign up for pre-orders. And then, of course, it's still great going to card shows. And a lot of them, there's some really big ones now with, bringing in all the guests and a lot of other promotional activities like the Fanatic Fest. Uh, I've been to the national convention a number of years, and that's always fun. And it's great seeing all the old vintage historical product as well as the new stuff. And, groups like Fanatics and some of the others that are doing a lot of digital products now is excellent. They can turn something in a matter of seconds, and you've got a product that you own, which is wonderful. Um, Also, with the collectible industry,
Mm.
um, there's still so many things ahead to look forward to. I think you're seeing a lot of affinity clubs and programs, and letting people really establish their fandom. Um, and it's just great seeing all the new developments in that.
Yeah. So speaking of, I got to ask you this. So for you, while you were in college, talk about some of the favorite players that you like to watch. like to watch, or you grew up watching? And also, and what would you say some of the cards from back in the day are worth more now?
Uh, that's a good one. Well, when I was in college, I mean, I love like, you know, John Elway, Dan Marino, uh, but I'm also a big linebacker guy.
Hmm.
So, enjoyed following, some of the really good linebackers back then, Singletary, guys like that. Um, in terms of value, it's exciting to see like, all the Jordan product,
Hmm.
the star cards and the fleers and the ones that just continue to amaze in auctions. Um, so it's kind of neat to see how the value of those increase and for what reason. Um, so, but also too, I love to collect helmets.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's always good to, I got a Aikman UCLA helmet,
Oh wow.
uh, which yeah, and I'm also a big Butkus fan. I
Hmm.
got a lot of his memorabilia and autographs and jerseys, all that fun stuff. So um, yeah, I'm definitely a collector at heart.
Wow, and I'm sure I'm sure you have a bunch of other collectibles too over the years, and but for the card for the trading card, now you see like Tops, Paninis, Bowmans, and different kind of companies are coming together now, forming a big thing. So just what do you like about it? Like seeing like Tops, obviously, and then Bowmans. I just mentioned Paninis and like these different kind of card companies having their own signature type of cards.
It's always cool when a manufacturer puts a breakout product out that everybody embraces and it kind of takes off. Um, Bowman's had a lot of those, Panini especially. Jason, the VP there, always is kind of an early adopter on some cool trends, especially with like I'm really always excited about their rookie premiere event that they do, and also some of the things revolving around the NFL draft. So you can get some really, cool inserts and things like that created from those activities.
Yeah, so I want to switch gears to your now your company is called Nation Best NIL, and then NIL Dream Team, and talk about the how did this process get started, and it's turning to be a big company, and it's one of the top companies right now. So just talk about the early when did you start thinking about this idea and how it came about?
Wow, another great question, Ethan. Thank you. Uh, it's really a wonderful category because um, when we launched Nation's Best Football in 2009, we were on all the social media platforms available then, and it was basically to showcase athletes, help build their brand digitally, and also, get them to be part of campaigns with sponsors. Little did we know that was the genesis for NIL, or name, image, likeness. And in 2014, in the Bannon case, his legal team, you know, presented that as one of the foundations of their argument.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of adopted. And then, of course, it's grown to where the NCAA, due to some of their legal challenges, needed to create some kind of opportunity for athletes to earn while they play collegiately. And so they announced it in 21 of July that NIL would be acceptable for athletes to do. There are a few rules to it, but we'd been doing it for 11 years already. And so my colleagues in the space are like, oh, well, what are you guys going to do? Go, oh, we're going to do the same thing, because we've been doing NIL for a long time. So as it's grown, we created the IP Nation's Best NIL Dream Team, which has been wonderful. And we have an event coming out in July called NIL the Marketplace, where we're bringing in 200 of the top rising high school senior athletes, uh, primarily football, but there will be male and female from all the sports. And we're going to set them up for 3 days of one-on-one meetings with about 40 brands that'll be there. So they'll have a chance to secure NIL deals on the spot. We'll have some waiting for them when they come to check in. And then, of course, when they leave, they'll have a few more in their backpack or suitcase. So uh, we've already had a lot of demand to do one for a youth level NIL marketplace in 27. And also there will be a college level one. And it looks like we're going to do another one for retired pro athletes as well. So uh, when people think of NIL as just 4 years during college, we know it's a 40-year journey. I mean, the minute a youth athlete picks up their phone and starts doing content, uh, it's NIL. Even if it's not based on their sport. So a lot of really cool things going on, and we're really excited about what lies ahead.
And the thing I like about this is you're well diverse. You have multiple platforms with your company where you have people doing podcasts, live shows, talking about that, having guests, and also not only that, you guys have like I'm like you have an advisory board. You guys are like amazing when it comes to all this, and just talk about how grateful are you to be in this position, to have multiple platforms, multiple pages, being diverse, which is key, and also having people doing live shows basically on your platform.
Wow. Well, thank you for the kind words,
Yeah,
Nathan.
yeah,
I'm 64, been doing this for over 40 years.
yeah.
And I'm really grateful because I've got some great mentors in my life, like Lee Steinberg,
Mm.
Gary Vaynerchuk.
Yep,
Uh,
Gary Vee.
yeah, just, I try to always listen and learn. That's really important. And there's always a better way to build a mousetrap. So, when people ask about Bob Smith, um, I consider myself somebody that likes to provide solutions. And I always ask my clients and customers one question: what do you need? And usually, if we can meet that, we're going to be doing business together. So, um, yeah, we're real blessed. And, our nation's best IPs, we got about 12, um, mostly sports, but we have a couple that are outside the sports roadway. And then, yeah, our podcast, The Game Time Guru,
Mm.
with Shane Larson, it's in its 8th year, over 440 episodes, downloaded in 180 countries. And, every week Shane interviews kind of like this, a sports athlete or coach or VIP or a mentor, and really valuable content. He's really been a trailblazer in that type of sports talk on podcasts, and also it's on YouTube as well.
Wow. Yeah, and speaking of NIL, speaking of Neil, your company is the first large scale, uh, if I'm not mistaken, and just talk about that and explain to people about Neil because it's now is really important in this generation when it comes to these athletes and trying to make brand deals. And also, I'm big into Neil, and I did a webinar seminar last month with Santina Deck. Everybody knows her. She's like the first female to sign a football deal, and she's done amazing things. And I hosted one at one of her colleges here in New Jersey, and she came on the Zoom, spoke to the students, and I was grateful to be part of that, helping out, host it, and yeah. So just talk about the importance of Neil now with all these athletes, and especially high school, college, and also like and and the branding deals too that comes with it.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, kudos to you and congratulations with working with Santia. She's an amazing entrepreneur, female athlete. Uh, she's building a nice empire with all of her products and services, and she's also a big advocate for female sports, all ages. Uh, yeah, super. We featured her on Nation's Best years ago, and yeah, it's always great to see her success. So that was great that you were involved on that with her. With us, this is one thing that I'm really excited to share on your show. Uh, Last Thursday, we created. It's the first of its kind anywhere in the world. It's the National NIL Athlete Registry.
Hmm.
And it's a database that allows athletes ages 5 through 45, male and female, all sports, and they can sign up for free.
Wow.
Takes 2 minutes, and all we ask is their info on contact, name, address, email, and then we ask for their address of each of their social media profiles. TikTok, X, Instagram, Facebook,
Hmm.
YouTube. And then on that database, we have an AI element that's connected to it where we're able to compute in a matter of seconds every athlete's fair market value ranking number, 1 through 100. And with that, the brands love this platform
Yes.
because now they can select the type of athlete they want, the sport, the age, and they get to know how good he or she is on moving the needle digitally. Because the big complaint the last 2 years with NIL are all these brands are throwing all this money at athletes. And yeah, they might be good on the field or court, but they don't do anything on social media.
Hmm.
So they're not really helping to move that company's product or service. With our National NIL Athlete Registry, that problem's solved. And also, we're looking to do what we can with our marketplace. So as we select the 200 athletes that will be invited to attend and get their NIL deals, we're bringing in not only the best athletes, but also the ones that will be a good fit for each brand that'll be there providing NIL campaigns to them. Uh, the response to the athlete registry has been so big.
Hmm.
We have also that debuts this week the National NIL Brand
Hmm.
Registry for every brand on the planet that does NIL campaigns.
Wow. Yeah.
And we help connect them. And then the third thing is we're big on the parents,
Hmm.
and the parents are an important part of this environment. So we have a National NIL Parent Registry that debuts this week, and it will also allow parents that do media on their children uh, to get a fair market value ranking, because we got brands that would love to do NIL deals with sports parents. And it also will have resources available to parents that'll help them navigate NIL. So, I mean, every day there's things that change each state, nationally. So this just gives everybody a good opportunity to embrace NIL and thrive in it.
Well, that's amazing stuff. And if you don't mind elaborating on this, is how do you guys go about convincing the athletes to join your company? And do you guys have like a pitch deck, or how does it work when you guys reach out to these athletes?
Oh, it's real easy. I mean, everyone knows Nation's Best or one of our platform IPs. So all of them always have a, contact us form they fill out, and we reply right away. Um, Obviously, for our websites, our NIL the Marketplace event, that URL is nilthemarketplace.com. Our athlete registry is NILathleteregistry.com. And then we also have For NIL the Dream Team,
Mhm.
that URL is nildreamteam.com. And then for Nation's Best Football, that URL is nationsbestfootball.com.
Hmm. Did you ever think to yourself you would be in this position, and what would you tell your younger self now?
Wow, that's a great question. That's always a fun one to
Yeah,
answer. Um, I've always enjoyed working with groups, working in sports, having the chance to work side by side with everybody involved and accomplish objectives. And so, I got out of college. I knew I'd love to be in sports media in some capacity. But yeah, someone had said that everything that was available to you and me now with devices and media and everything else, I'd be like, man, I can't wait to be there because it sounds fun.
yeah. And now, like, what do what excites you about your company now and the future of it? And obviously, you guys are growing as a group, and I would love to help out with you guys. And I love what you guys are doing with this NIL, with this deal, Nation Best Football. And like I said, you have multiple platforms. But what excites you about now and the future? Because, like I said, I think you have a great team where it's everything is diverse. And
Thank
yeah,
you.
just talk about what do you like, what excites you as a leader of this company.
That's a great question, Nathan. And I tell you what I love the most is one, we bring in a lot of young, uh, teammates that, work in our media divisions, graphic design, production. Uh, they're the talent for our videos where we spotlight videos. Um, we just brought aboard Neve Clark. She's a University of Miami junior. She's part of their sports media team. Really excited to have her on board. Mike Sinetti, who does
Yeah,
our fantasy football and our Who You Got college predictions. He came from Full Sail University in Florida, and he's 21, amazing guy. Shane Larson in Boise, Idaho, been with us for 8 years with podcasts. So it's great to see these great young talent really take the keys to the car and go for it.
yeah. Speaking
And they put out great work.
of, yeah,
Uh, and then also, I love our athletes. I mean, we got guys in the NFL we covered when they were in high school, and
yeah,
guys that are in college that were 5 and 6 years old.
mm,
Peyton Woodyard, he's a defensive back at Oregon.
yeah,
CJ Montez, quarterback at Kent State. Um, we got high school guys, Darnell Kelly, amazing quarterback from Atlanta,
mm,
going to Colorado State. I mean, we covered him when he was 5.
wow,
Uh, and also like DJ Mitchell, quarterback at La Habra High School, junior, that phenomenal. Just did a great job this year. He played for Coach Snoop back in the day in Snoop Youth Football League. And it's just great to see all these athletes just grow up, mature, and thrive. So, yeah, it's that's probably what I love the most about it, Nathan.
no, that's amazing. And obviously, working with all the high school, I mean, the young kids, and see them grow up and get to their dreams and achieve it. It's always great to see, like, to see that happen, and especially with the families too. It's an amazing thing to see. Speaking of Mike Zanetti, I'm actually good friends with him. I went to school with him for a little bit. Um, what a great kid, and he's working.
Great talent.
Yeah, he works hard, and now he look at where he's at now, and working with you, and working with at a different station, and he learned from the best, and Dan Patrick. So that's a great guy to learn from. So shout out to
Oh,
Mike,
yeah.
and yeah, and he's a great kid. So yeah, I just want to give him a quick shout out there. But for you, before we let you go, I want to talk to you about the college football playoffs that's coming up. Obviously, the playoffs are set, and we got two new teams in here this year: James Madison and Tulane. Um, talk about that. Now seeing these more teams involved in the playoffs. What do you like about that?
Uh, well, I love this year's brackets that got set yesterday. Um, it's so cool because really whatever records everybody had, you got to kind of throw them out because who's the healthiest right now? Who's got momentum? Obviously, I think Indiana is going to be an exciting team to see compete. They've had a phenomenal year. I think Ohio State's also going to be strong. And I really like Texas Tech.
Yeah.
They've been really strong, great defense. Um, and Texas Tech is really a great example of how NIL has allowed an athletic department to really leverage some of the ground rules for NIL and transfer portal and things like that. So this is really the first, I think, uh, college playoffs that really NIL is going to have a big impact on.
Yeah. And so obviously, I forgot to mention Indiana. All these new teams that never haven't been there in a long time, like Texas Tech, um, Indiana, and then obviously James Madison and Tulane. And I feel like it's going to be interesting, entertaining playoffs. And you never know what's going to happen. Anything can happen. Like March Madness,
Yeah.
NCAA
Yep.
March Madness. Anything can happen. So if like it would be cool. It would be crazy to see if James Madison or Tulane can upset any of these teams. And wouldn't that be cool? Imagine if you get something new or interesting this
Oh
year.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, you got the Cinderella stories
Yeah,
in March Madness. Who knows what we'll see this year? I kind of think it's going to be kind of a chalk kind of outcome, but it's always great when someone comes out of nowhere and it becomes the talk of the town. So we'll see.
yeah. And also I got to ask you about the NFL season. Obviously, it's going by quick. It's already almost week 14, week 15, and just talk about the season so far. And obviously, a lot of surprises so far. But what do you like about the season here?
Well, obviously, New England is quite the pleasant surprise to see. Uh, there's a couple teams that have slowly disconnected from going into the playoffs, which is always kind of a bummer. But it's been an exciting year for NFL, and we're really excited to see how it plays out. So
Yeah. So before I let you go, would you like to promote anything else on the show?
no, I like to promote you. I
Oh,
mean,
thank
thank you so much for having me on.
you. Yeah.
I love. It seems like every day I see 5 to 10 social media posts with your picture next to a star athlete or a VIP, and man, it's really great to see your success. And I enjoyed meeting you at the Lee Steinberg Agent Academy, and boy, I got to tell you, I know a lot of graduates. You're on a rocket right now, so keep it up, man. Really
Thank
proud of the work you're doing.
Thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to the next Super Bowl party next year with Lee Steinberg in San Francisco, and I know you're going to be there. So,
Oh yeah,
looking forward to catching up with you and the rest of the crew, and I can't wait. It should be a fun one, and actually the Super Bowl is right in the neck of your woods too, which is cool.
yeah, a little up the coast, but
Yeah,
yeah, it'll be great to be in Northern California, and it's always a party. So
yeah.
can't wait.
Yeah, me neither. And so I just want to say thank you, Robert, for joining the show and to talk about your story and your company and a lot of great things. And looking forward to seeing this episode being released. And guys, this go follow Robert Smith. He is a true gentleman in the sports industry. He does a great job with Neil. And man, thank you again. Great seeing you as always, and looking forward to catching up and. Hopefully next year I will see you there. So
Great.
thank you.
Thank you, Nathan. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, take care.